to the next session, which is more to do with the marriage stuff. I know from reading your book that you are the first graduate in your family. Apart from that, you are also the first person, if not the only person, to have a Christian wedding or a church wedding.
Yeah.
Or let's say a white wedding. So when you were single, what was your ideal marriage?
Wow, that's interesting. I'm going to be real.
Okay.
I don't like to sugarcoat things. And,
I'm happy with that.
and I hope you don't mind. I think one of the things that made me to get married is actually, I wouldn't say it's pressure.
Okay.
I would say I just want to get people off my back.
Right.
I was talking with a sister and I said, I'm very, very selfish. I think about myself first.
Right.
And so when I finished the uni, I started having my business. My ideal world is I like comfort.
Right.
So I wanted a situation that even if I'm going to get married, I want to be comfortable in my marriage.
Right.
Before I start bringing up children, I want to be able to give them what they really need.
Right.
When you think about it, there are so many things we need to give to our children when we have them, apart from time, good education and everything. It all boils down to money.
Yeah.
If we are honest.
Yeah.
Because even time, if you have money,
you can make a lot of time.
You can quit your job, leave your job, and stay with your children full time. Give them that time, give them all the support, emotional support, and everything that they need.
Yeah.
So I didn't want a situation where I will be in a marriage and I'm struggling to have all these things. So I wanted to get to a period when at least I'm like 70% there before I get married.
Right.
So marriage wasn't my priority.
Right.
But obviously, where we came from, once you reach age 26, 27, the pressure everywhere. And as at that time, I was schooling. As from my story, I didn't share that part of my story because of the delay I had in getting to the university while I was trying, and eventually I got in there. And as you rightly say, I became the first graduate in my family. And so it's like I started late.
Right.
So I was working while schooling.
Okay.
When I say working, I had my business.
Yeah.
I had a freelance job that I did as well, making some money, cool money there. So all those things were going on. I wanted them to be established and, before I got married. So with this pressure, I met my husband. He was like, I'm ready. And I'm like, are you sure?
And you had money?
How much do you have in your account? And do you have a house?
Okay.
You have a flat? And you have a car? I have a car. Yes. Do you have one? I don't have. But don't worry. Future is very bright. So I told my sister, obviously, my sister, is like more like her mom. And my sister said, yes, future is bright. Bring him. So I took my husband, this one has this future. Look at it.
But you didn't even know which future.
The way he speak. I said, I cannot see that. I need to see it. I need evidence. I was watching a movie yesterday and said, the daughter brought a boyfriend and say, do you have this? I need a proof. Do you have that? I need a proof. So that was what I did. I need a proof. And my sister is very, very intelligent. He said, you know what? Don't think like that. Help him work together to get what you want. He doesn't have a house now. He's now got a job. Start collecting money every month. Save money to get the house, to get that everything you think you will need before you can get married. Because I said, I must have certain things before I get married. I can't struggle.
Yeah, sorry to cut you. The point you made is very important. I get opportunity to counsel singles and sometimes married people who are young couples like me. So one advice that I gave to someone was that I noticed that one of our young couples, she has this thing that she wanted to see in her marriage and she was not seeing it. So she felt like she's in the wrong place. And I was saying to her, everything you need in that marriage, you can still have it.
Yeah.
You just need extra patience to be able to work along with this person to get it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, especially in the first year of the marriage, you're thinking, this is not my ideal marriage. You know, the reality kicks in and you realize that he doesn't even have money like the way I thought. He dresses very nice, but he's broke, you know, and you didn't know this maybe when you were just courting or, you know. So it's very important that you brought this thing up, because many people, they get the shock of the first year, the reality is when they set in, they feel they are at the wrong place. But actually, whatever you want to see in that marriage, if you give it time and if you work along with your partner, you can still get it eventually. You'll get it. It might take some time, but
you can. It's about working, you know, creating the marriage that you want, basically. And I think it's all along what I did. So eventually we worked out everything I needed, started setting in, and we got married. And well, I would say the ideal marriage for me, I was expecting a marriage that we're so close, touchy marriage, you know, kissing every time, holding hands, and
it looks like your love language is physical touch.
Yes, it is.
I've just diagnosed
it. It is, yeah. One of my daughters too has that. And I didn't realize, I didn't even know what is love language until just recently.
Right.
Yeah. So I was expecting that. This guy go to work, come back tired, sleep. Hey! The reality setting. I say, so is this a marriage? So why am I here? Is it not to enjoy one another and all that? He's tired. Only Saturday we see each other.
Wow.
And Saturday, me, I have to go on my baby. You know, it was 9 to 5. I do Monday to Saturday because I had to go, you know, go for my business too. So Saturday I've gone for my business, and you know, so it's like, and now I say, you know what, I have to just adjust. Yeah. So it's just now adjusting to the reality and say, this is what, how can we work out what will work for us, you know, due to our circumstances. And the thing is that the reality we're setting.
Yeah.
It's not what you see during courtship and engagement that you see when you get married. When you now get married, the reality setting.
Yeah.
And that caught up with me. I was attending that closeness and all that. And I was also expecting, you know, okay, in the next 6 months, there should be a pregnancy.
Yes. You've been giving it a long time. There are couples watching me right now, singles watching me right now. Their plan is that on their wedding night, they must get pregnant. And you know, I don't know if you've watched some of my videos. It's one of the things I talk about a lot. That don't get pregnant on your wedding night. And in fact, if you can, don't get pregnant the same year. Okay, but I know it's an African, it's probably an African thing.
Culture.
Or it's a cultural thing that most people, especially Africa, we have that thing. It's inside us somehow.
It's a cultural thing.
I'm surprised that you even said 6 months. I think you gave me such a long time. Most people today, I must get pregnant on that wedding, the honeymoon.
I think it's because I like fun. I like to have fun. And I know that once you're pregnant,
there will be no more
fun. There won't be much fun again.
Yeah.
I was expecting that, you know, the first 6 months, then once I'm pregnant, and I wouldn't even think about, you know, whether he's available, he's tired or not. I'll be busy with the pregnancy and then the child, you know, and then, you know, 6 months gone past and that didn't happen. Another 6 months, then a year, and you know, and we start counting years.
Oh my God.
And no sign of pregnancy. I just now, you know, after a few years, I just readjust my brain that I think this is the way it's going to be. So just get busy with life.
Yeah.
And I think the truth is that I got enough things to keep me busy.
Right.
And I think that is very, very important.
So how many years did you have to wait?
7 years.
7 years. 7 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
7 years. Yeah.
I mean, if you've never prayed for the fruit of the womb, if you've never had to wait, you may think 7 years is, trust me.
Yeah.
7 years is a long time for a woman.
Yeah.
Even 1 year for those who want to do it quickly and they didn't.
Yeah, especially if you're from that part of the world that we came from.
Yeah.
The pressure, the questions. People, you go to a party, people looking at your belly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, we tried for 7 years before we had our first son. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
I know many people are watching us who may be in that situation right now, or some have even waited for 20 years plus and it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So it's a very sensitive topic. And I just pray that by the end of this session, you would inspire them as well with some tips on how to handle this process. So most of the time, when after the first 2 years, especially in the UK, the NHS advice. So the NHS, those of you who are not in the UK, the NHS is a National Health Service. So that's the health system that we have in the UK. And their advice is that you will only be considered as having issues with fertility after 2 years of trying and of trying to have a child. And you have to be having consistent sex for about at least 3 times a week. That's what they mean by their consistent sex, about 3 times a week. Before, if it doesn't work after 2 years, then you are considered as having a medical condition or you have childbirth issues. So in your case, when you waited for 6 months, the first 2 years passed, did it come to you that maybe you had a medical condition, or was it a spiritual thing? Or
that's a very good question. I think so. We got married in Nigeria, and as I said, I think my husband moved here like a year and a half when we got married. So we've been obviously being in that part of the world. We've been, considering that we're having delay already. By that 1 year, and obviously me being a woman, I've been like, what do I need to do? Let me check myself, go for scan, And you're very correct. As at that time, I did a scan and I found that I had fibroids. So that I had all these little fibroids. I had about 5, I think. I still have them. So I knew I had that. I knew that fibroids wouldn't stop me from getting pregnant. So, but that's mental torture. I don't know if I should call it torture. That every month,
when you see your period,
you're looking before the period even comes. I feel pregnant every month. I don't know if this happens to every woman that has waited. I will feel pregnant every month. That there was a period I was having to do scan nearly every month. I'll feel okay. Oh, my breast is feeling me. I'm feeling nauseating. I'll go to scan. There's nothing there. It's just my periods. Seriously, So I went through that phase before my husband left. We tried to check, and I can't remember. My husband hasn't got to a stage of him testing himself before he relocated. But on my own, I was taking some herbs, some herbs that I could help you with a fibroid. I was taking all that. Then when we moved to the UK, I'm going to tell you one interesting story. I'm a storyteller.
We are loving it.
So we started, as you rightly said, everything you said about NHS, how they see it is very correct. So when we got there, they're like, you got married a year, your husband moved here, you've not been together, we can't see you. You don't have a problem. So one day I was, I don't know if it was in the news or newspaper. So I saw this hospital in Chelsea. I was trying to remember their names, and they put an advert there that bring your eggs, we'll do an IVF for you for free. I'm like, oh, seriously? So I showed my husband. I said, look, they say she can donate your eggs, they will do IVF, free IVF. My husband, no. I said, what's your problem? Is it your egg? Is it not my egg they are collecting?
He owns the egg now because you are now part of his life. You belong to him.
Oh, please. I'm like, we are saving you money. I'm saving you money. Or I'm saving us money. And he's like, no, I don't think so. Did it? I said, well, let me go and ask for it. Let's go and see what they have to offer. So we went there. I'm telling you this because I think a year down the line, no, not a year, I met a doctor who said something and that correlates with this. And I think
Okay.
probably this will help some people that are watching this. That
Okay.
many a time we worry for nothing.
Yeah.
And most of the delays that we have is as a result of worriness.
Yeah. The
So
stress.
yeah, it's as a result of worriness and anxiousness. So I then went to this hospital. They told us the procedure, da 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 da. The way we're going to do yours for you, you're going to use your own egg, your husband's sperm, and things like that. And whatever, if you take like 8 eggs, we take 4 of them. We keep our own first. We select the best. If you still have best, you can use it for yours. If you don't, we take you through another cycle. I said, that's fine by me. By this time, my husband knew that he didn't have a choice. So he agreed. We started the process. So we started this process. It now got to a point where they now need to put me on a cycle where they will do the process of embryo and all that. So they're like, they need to check when my last period was so that they can tell me when to start the medication. And I'm like, oh, come to think of it, I can't remember because my mind is already that I'm going to do this thing anyway. Yeah. So I wasn't thinking about period anymore, So they're like, we need to know when your last period was. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, you know what? Let's do a quick test for you.
And then they found out what? You were pregnant?
I was pregnant.
Oh my God.
I was 7 weeks pregnant.
Oh my God.
Well, I lost the pregnancy a week after.
Right.
So where I'm going, no, it's okay. Now we have grown up children. Yeah. So where I'm going, I think later on I met a doctor at my work and I shared the story. Yeah. And he said, Favor, you know what? He's a medical doctor. He said, I don't believe in infertility. Yeah. He said, most of the time, people have this delay because they worry a lot. A lot, yeah. And they think about it and that reminds me of the trauma when I was in Nigeria, because obviously I had my own business. I have more time in my hand, thinking about every month, go to the toilet to check whether there's no blood, go to, do all those scans, so there was no need. And the doctor said, do you know why you got pregnant? I said, no. He said, because you're taking your mind off infertility. Yeah. You were ready, your mind was set ready to do IVF. Yeah. And it happened naturally. Yeah. So which means you don't have fertility problem. Yeah. Your husband doesn't. Yeah. And I think I believe in that philosophy. Yeah. And so we went through that. That happened, and I think 7 years after, we have our first one, and this happened at the period where I didn't think about it. I became busy myself. I dragged myself into so many businesses at that time to take my mind off it. And I also adjust my brain that, you know what? I think it's not the right time for me. I think God knew that if He gives me a child, I'm not ready, I'm not mature enough. Very busy as well. So I just tweak my head. And that is when the miracle happens. Wow. Wow. And we had our first one, Emmanuel. So when we had Emmanuel, Emmanuel felt he was lonely.
They always feel like that.
I want a brother, I want a sibling. And I'm like, oh, we are happy with you. You're just enough. And I'm like, God, can you help again, please? But I didn't know God was listening because it took another 4 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
We have to wait for another 4 years. But seriously, I was happy that, at least we have won.
Actually, now thinking about it, when I look at Emmanuel and the twins,
yes,
I can see the gap.
Yes.
Yeah, it now makes sense. But I've never thought about it that way, that there will be that huge gap.
Yeah, there is. This 4 years after we had the twins. Wow. And when I had the twin, I never knew I was pregnant, even with Emmanuel. But I think my body, once I'm pregnant, I become unwell. Right. But with the twins, it's very funny because I actually went on holiday. I went with one of my colleagues, a Polish lady. We climbed the mountain, climbed down one, and God, I just became unwell. And I found out I was pregnant. And they're like, this one, you're so sick. Something is wrong.
Yeah.
And he did a scan.
Yeah.
He said 2. I said, oh my goodness. 2? Who's going to have them? No, I'm not ready for 2. No. I know. I'm like, no, I can't handle 2. It's just too much. It's going to drive me nuts. I can't. God. My career, my everything. Yeah. No. Do you know what? I did this for like...
Somebody who has waited for 7 years.
I know.
I'm sure in that 7 years you were crying on God, all kinds of things. Yeah. And now he's giving you, and you are like, who's gonna carry them?
Every time I see anybody on the road,
God hears a lot of
I know. So I'm like, people like, oh, you're pregnant. Oh my God. I said, do you know what I'm having? I'm having 2. Do you know that? 2. They're like, oh my goodness. I'm like, I said, what's goodness about it?
I would be so happy if I had twins.
So after like 4 months, I'm like, God, I'm sorry.
So you used to cry on the road?
I nearly gone bunker.
Oh
like,
my
how can
God.
I manage 2 children at a time? What for? I only asked for 1. So I had to like go to God on my knee and say, God, have mercy on me. I'm so sorry. I was so stupid. So
oh God, have mercy.
Yeah, so I think it's sometimes it's our mind how we. It's easy for me to stay here and say that, but during that period, I just got to a point like I need to move on with my life, whether child or no child. There are people who don't have children; they still live well. It's about me, what kind of life I want to live, what legacy. I don't need to have a child to leave legacy, and God decided to do it, and so it's
very interesting story.
Yeah.
Wow. Awesome stuff. I'm sure you have been inspired already. She's been inspiring us right from the beginning, and it's not stopping. So keep watching because more is coming. During the time that you were trusting God for the fruit of the womb, where was your biggest pressure coming from?
That's a very, very good question. Probably, I position myself.
Okay.
I position myself for any pressure in terms of where people could be coming from. More pressure was probably coming from my family.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Because most of the time we would assume that it will come from the man's family.
Well, maybe it was, but my husband didn't discuss it with me. I don't know.
Okay.
But my husband's family never mentioned anything about that. But it's more around my family, but my family, not my immediate family, like extended aunties, uncles, and at a point, I just positioned myself. I said, I said, Uncle, thank you so much. We've had a test. And we are all okay, even though I knew we weren't okay. I said, but we agreed, myself and my husband, that we want to wait a bit. So it's not as if we are trying. So I thought, what could I do to get this off my back? So I just had to cook that story and tell them. And really, it's not just cooking the story. I position my own head like that. We're not ready. That's why it's not happening. So they stopped, pressuring. But obviously, as a human being, you will think about it. When you go to parties, people who attended your wedding, maybe some of your friends, you attended their wedding, they now have kids, and you think about it. You're conscious of it. So I had that consciousness, but I never really allowed it to like suppress me. I've seen uncles and to say, come, I know one pastor. If I take you to that pastor, I'm like, oh, thank you, auntie, I'll come. When do you want me to come next week? They never saw me. I don't argue with them. I wouldn't argue because that would then stretch. I know one. Okay.
At least you had them suggesting pastors.
Yes.
Some will say
no. They suggest something else too.
They did.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Okay.
They suggested something else too. I'm like, oh okay, no worries. I will come, ma. I will come. Do you want me to bring my other? I know only you come. I said no problem. I will come. But they never saw me because I know that what they're going to tell me. They're going to tell me stories I don't want to hear.
And even probably complicate your issues as well.
Yeah, so those things were there, you know. I think it's just how we are able to manage it and think about you first.
Yeah.
I think about myself because really, why do you care if I have a child? Seriously.
Yeah. You're not gonna help me with that.
Why would my aunt care if I have a child? Does he want to pay their school fees?
Yeah.
Is he going to look after them if I go to the market or something?
Exactly, yeah.
So why do they really care?
Yeah.
So really, I care about me. If I have this child now, it's my responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah.
If the child come, I know how I have that responsibility. If the child has not come, I know, okay, I have to wait. Yeah, spend my time on something else. You know, so I think it's about us thinking about, you know, this pressure that is coming. Why is it coming? What is the benefit of those people giving us that pressure? What did they benefit from it? When you look at it, they don't have any benefit. Why are they putting pressure on you? It's that they don't know they are doing you harm. Or probably they are being used by the devil without them knowing. You know, so it's us who need to
advise ourselves.
See, whether we want to accept this or not. You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing this story. It's a very sensitive one. And I'm sure that for any woman or even man who is listening to this, they will draw some strength and some tips, you know, how to handle this stage of their life. So thank you once again.
Welcome. Thank you for having me too to share my story.
Thank you. Many times when people are trusting God for the fruit of the womb, there are suggestions that are brought to them, like the way you said, go here, do this, don't do that. And some probably have not been as strong as you to be able to say no or to be able to find a way to nicely push those pressures away. Was there anything that you would say that perhaps you did during those times that you had a lot of pressure that you regret now?
That is a very, very great question and very interesting. And I think I still regret it till tomorrow. And one of the things I think I regretted more would have been, and I think this really has nothing to do with whether you're waiting for a child or not. So as a young couple, when you get married or as a young person, it's good to have like long-term plan for ourselves. How do I want my journey to look like, my career journey, my health journey, you know, every aspect of your life, and start anything you're doing, you're building it around that long-term plan. So when I moved to the UK with my husband, obviously working, there are so many other things I was doing. But one thing I regretted that I could have done was to complete my ACCA exam. I mean, in the accounting world, and for you to qualify like a chartered accountant, you have these exams called, you know, that you have to do. And if during the period that I didn't have a child, it means I had more time to be able to do things. But it didn't occur to me, and it could be that I wasn't in the company of the right people that could advise me. So, and why I'm sharing this is that many a times we are waiting for something. We allow that waiting to take us away from every other thing. So every other thing is suffering just because of one single thing. And that one single thing, it might be that it's ordained that it's going to happen in the next 7 years, just like mine. So we just delay other things, hold them back. So as much, and I tell you this, the best moments of my life, really. I mean, I'm still having a nice time now with my kids. We laugh together, we play together, jump on each other. But those periods, I cannot get them back when it was much quieter. I had more time. I had time to study. Now I'm trying to do the exams. Now it's very, very hard for me to be able to complete the exam. I started, I'll do it halfway. Okay, it's the time. My son is preparing for 11 plus. I need to prepare my son. Let me put my exams on the side. This I could have finished in 3-4 years when I didn't have a child. So I think, you know, my advice is that while you're waiting, especially when your marriage is young, before you start having children, think about, you want to do master, do it now. You want to start building a business, start now.
Yeah.
Don't wait, maybe when I have children, so that I can plan around my children. No, start now.
Yeah.
The moment is now.
Yeah.
There's no best time to start anything.
Yeah.
It's now.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I could tell you that I regretted.
And it's very, very important.
Yeah.
An important point for our singles and couples to really think deep about it. Because one of the things that I've talked about a lot is about how you wait. Yeah. So you can wait effectively and you can wait ineffectively.
Yeah.
And waiting effectively means that you are active.
Yeah.
Whilst waiting.
Yeah.
So you don't put anything on hold
Yeah.
because I'm looking for this particular thing, and until that particular thing comes,
you're very correct.
Nothing else is happening. No. So I'm happy that you brought this point up because it's in line with the things that I teach our singles and couples.
I like the way you put it, waiting effectively and ineffectively.
Yeah.
So which means you're waiting. Well, there's a saying, I really wish I can translate this thing. There's a saying in Yoruba that Taban Sukwamariron, which means when you are crying, you should also be singing.
Right.
Even though you're crying, you have tears all over your eyes, you should be singing.
Singing.
Sing. Yeah. Okay. At the same time you are crying, but you should also sing your environment.
Right.
Seeing what is happening around you.
Right.
Don't just cry and you can't see. Right. And somebody carry cutlass. So powerful. Which means while you're waiting, you're doing something. And I think I don't know. I mentioned it earlier on. That effectiveness of it is that you're doing something, and it also takes your mind off that waiting.
Yeah. So that you'll not be stressed.
Yes. And you're achieving more while you're waiting, while you're learning new things. So it's very, very important, very key, very key.
And just to add to what you said, children, they take a lot away from us when you have kids. I mean, your life will never be the same again. Once you have a child.
Never.
Even one child. Your life has completely changed.
Yeah.
I was saying to my husband that it is now that we have children that I feel like I'm a thief in my own house, because when these kids are sleeping, I have to be tiptoeing, hiding. We're trying to get it on, and my daughter woke up. They were sleeping, so we thought, let's quickly do something, and before they wake up, and my daughter woke up, and we have to be like hiding. I'm hiding in my own house.
I know.
So these are some of the things that you will not appreciate now that you are waiting. You may think, I just want that child.
Yeah.
But when that child comes, your life will completely change.
Transform.
Sex will never be the same again. Your body will never be the same again, especially if you are a woman. My daughter will jump on me. And I had 2 cesarean sessions. So I still have the mark and the pain. And sometimes when she jumps on me, I feel the pain. And I had to show her the scars. I said, come and see. I showed the scars. She was looking. I said, you see, it's very painful. So don't jump on me. And that's my body has changed.
Yeah.
I never had that scar. So never think that this season is so gloomy to the extent that you are not enjoying it. You are not enjoying other aspects of your life. Make sure that you're enjoying your husband, enjoy your wife.
Yeah.
Have time, use this time. And I know it's very difficult because sex, when you are waiting for it, that's another section we're going to go into. When you are waiting for the fruit of the womb, sex is probably not going to be as exciting as you want it to be, because your mind is like, that sperm must enter. That sperm must enter. So because of that, you probably will not even enjoy the sex that much. But it's understandable. Just make sure that other aspects of your life, that's the point you're trying to make, that other aspects of your life should not suffer because you're waiting for the fruit of the womb.
Absolutely.
So have a life.
Yeah. And Sister Peace, can I just also add, maybe it's just me, when you look at it, marriage is not about the children.
Yeah.
It's about you and the person that you found, that you cherish, that you think you want to live your life together with.
Yeah.
So I think getting married, at least spend the first 1-2 years to enjoy yourself, learn each other, understand each other, plan your life together before children set in. As you rightly said, the moment children set in, they could turn your plan around.
Yeah.
But when you understand each other, the pressure will be reduced.
Yeah.
Because you can tell that my partner wasn't like this. I think since the children came, something has changed.
Yeah.
Because you've spent that time together to learn each other.
Yeah.
So I think we should have it as a marriage plan that I want to enjoy my partner for at least a year or two before we start thinking about children. So I thought I should just drop that there as well.
Yeah, and sometimes I think what also makes people to not wait is probably because of their age, especially the women. So when somebody is in their 30s, they are thinking biological clock. And I've always said this in my teachings that biological clock, have you seen it before?
Oh.
Have you seen it before? Do you know how it works? Science will come up with whatever is coming up with and teaching us this, but there was God before science.
It's mind,
and you don't know who controls that biological clock. Is it you or science? So we have to come to that place whereby we see the marriage itself as the most important thing, and then all the other blessings that comes out with the marriage is just additional. It's a bonus. And we are not in any way belittling your desire to have kids. Of course, we pray that every woman, every man that is desiring for it, you would have it. But we are saying that at this point where it has delayed, don't let it consume you. Okay, you can still have a life.
Absolutely.
And when the children comes, you look back to those years and appreciate the time. And if it doesn't come, life still continues.
Yeah. Absolutely. I totally agree with you. Absolutely spot on. Absolutely.
So thank you once again for sharing, because this is a very sensitive topic and it's not easy for people to come out and share. That is where we are lacking, and that's why I really want these interviews, hearing people's stories to inspire other people, inspire our singles and couples, because many people don't share their stories. So when you find yourself in a similar position, you think it's just you. You don't realize that no, this is actually
a lot of people going through similar things. And sharing stories inspires others, and they know that they are not alone in the journey. And
they can pick some points, some advice,
that they can adopt,
to help them.
Absolutely.
So we really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me as singles and married.
That's single and married with a life.
With a life, wow! I love that. Single and married with a life, so you still have your own life. Yes, absolutely. I love that. I love it. I love it.
Thank you so much. So you waited for 7 years, and now you're a mother of twins.
I know
you've never decided to have twins because it made you to cry for some time. But how does it feel like to be a mother of twins?